It doesn't matter.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Blue51.
This is Java Dat Dude.
And this is the Level Up Podcast. So
Welcome.
Today's episode... Oh man, welcome. My bad. I'm cutting my man off. Welcome. You know you got big ass arms. I'm not trying to get karate chopped. So the Murim. I'm calling it Murim. How do you say it?
Yeah, I call it Murim.
Murim. So you give it two.
Yeah,
I say Murim. Well, I say like syrup.
Either way, it's
the DMV in me.
Murim.
Murim.
Yeah.
All right, so like, I don't think we're saying it right, but like it's the martial arts world and like most of right now the was it manga that we're reading right now?
Yeah.
The manga that we're reading is Legend of the Northern Blade, and the Murim world in there is kind of dope. But I also read something called Ruler of the Land. Have you read that?
I have not read
Ruler of the Land has a similar thing, except they have where it's like night. What is it called? What's the Northern Blade's dark side? What is it called? Night Raid? Not Night Raid.
Talking about like the
Silent Night?
Yeah, the Silent Night.
The Silent Night is like the bad guys. And the other one, it's not, there's like Shinji is the bad guys, but then there's the dark side and the light side of the Kung Fu world.
Right.
So like, there's Masters of the Dark and there's Masters of the Light. And it's not dark techniques. They just call it the Dark Kung Fu.
Right.
And there's Light Kung Fu.
Right.
And then there's the Shinji, which are like, those are the outcasts, and that's like the Murim world for them, but they have all these different masters with different titling, you know what I'm saying, like so and so of the spear, so you know it's just very similar to Northern Blade, so and so of the spear, dude of the dragon blade, and like you know all these like sword master and like all these different names or whatever case may be. But why did you want to bring that into the podcast today?
So I think the Murim or whatever you call it is so interesting because it's something that concept transcends multiple mangas. Right, so it's in the Legend of the Northern Blade, but I know a huge manga you're into that I'm into that I'm really pissed off isn't continuing. The Breaker, right?
Shit.
Except the Breaker, so you got.
Wait, they're not continuing it anymore.
I mean, They're not. They haven't done it yet, right? Okay. They haven't came out with season 3 yet. You know, come on. But anyway, but it's interesting because Legend of the Northern Blade has the Murim, right?
Yeah.
But that's in like in the past where merchants and martial artists are mixed together, right? Like the general world is mixed in with these martial artists, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the Breaker where you have the Murim and you have just regular society where it's actually a secret society, but they call it the Murim, right?
And it's on the outside of it.
But it's like modern day. So it's like if we were modern day and living in Korea, this stuff actually exists, but it's like the martial society. But in the past, it was like actual part of society itself.
So I think what is it? The reincarnation of the demonic master, or something like that.
He's the descendant of the demonic master. The same.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Except those guys they're marshals, but they're reincarnated, right? Like all the marshals are reincarnated.
Not all of them. No.
Okay. Some of them are reincarnated.
Some of them are. Yeah.
But all right. Yeah. I didn't understand that.
But the descendant of the demonic master and the Breaker have the exact same concept, right? Where the Murim is just this secret society. They call it the marshals. But it's actually the Murim.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No. They're regarded. If you're part of the Murim, you're regarded as a marshal.
Exactly.
But the Murim is like that whole. Yeah. I legitimately thought that the Murim was an actual term and an actual thing that existed, and they just implemented it into the mangas. I did not know until like today. Until I was today years old that the Murim was a fictional place that they keep on putting into. Cultivation is another thing they say too. Like
cultivation techniques.
Like I'm not gonna. We'll
talk about this eventually. But like, what I love about the Murim is that it transcends different mangas. Right? There's also another manga called Volcanic Age where they do the same thing. But what I thought was so interesting is that in Legend of the Northern Blade, you have this sect or a group of people called like the Tang family, right? Yeah. And they're the poison masters. But if you read the Volcanic Age, they also have the Tang family. And they're also poison masters. No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have two completely different stories, right? But they're meshed together because of this secret society in the world that is full of martial arts masters. So and
they also have the similar, like, because I read what is it? Hardcore leveling warrior, right?
Oh, I haven't read that one.
And so like they have these like there's these generals and these war heroes that literally are always. I mean, you've God of High School, right?
Yes. Oh,
so like they do these things where there's these certain heroes and these certain war heroes and generals and stuff like that, and they're always present in these mangas. They always they always Lube, like these guys at this they always bring up these Lubu. I mean, they always bring these guys into it. Yep. I mean, it's really dope how anime and manga has like a mutual respect for all these different things.
It's like they have this this common core. You know what I mean? Of what they pull their legend from, and they just put twists on it. You know what I mean?
Something I'm interested in is, do we know if the Tang family is a real family?
So that's the question I have no. We gotta look that up. We gotta look that up because
We'll continue it later.
It might be that the Tang family actually did exist, or some point in time in like Eastern culture. And they were like the masters of poison.
Because I've never noticed a parallel like family of something in any of these stories. I mean, if there's a lot of parallels of like, gifted guy comes in, is gifted with this skill or gifted. It's normally that he's how quickly they learn. Like, oh man, he's really good at this thing, and then like it works out that way. But like the Tang family being masters of poison, and then the Tang family, but tip the hat to Legend of the Northern Blade, because they're doing some amazing things.
They're doing it right. Out of all these, I just hope it continues. That's all I really want. I want to be able to read this thing for years to come. But the build up, the creation of the characters, the way that they evolve the characters and their mind states, it keeps you in tune, and it doesn't. And the best part about it, it doesn't just throw away people. You know what I mean? Like, if the person dies, okay, they dead. But if the person was important at any point in time early in their story, they keep you in with that person. They let you know what's going on with them. They don't just throw away these characters. You know what I mean?
I also fuck with I really enjoy the way that they broke down, like, the character development. It's very similar to Solo Leveling, which is another manga we like. I love the way that the Legend of the Northern Blade takes these characters, especially in the Murim world, where like the corruption is something that I appreciate, because in all of these Murim, all these different things, there's this layer of like above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have this not unlimited power, but they have this like this plethora of power. And somewhere something gets skewed, and they always have these visions. And the empathy I have for them is it wavers, but they have this vision of like peace, or this vision of like
but at what extent?
Yeah, but like
in order to get your own personal vision of what peace is, and eventually, while trying to reach that vision, you run into all these walls that you have to break. You have to go against your normal morals.
Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
You know what I'm saying? And then you end up being the bad guy.
Fam, I thoroughly enjoy. Also, and I'm not going to give away too much of the stories, but I'll say that the Murim world, the way they implement it in Northern Blade, Ruler of the Land, all these different mangas that we read, I think that's one of the most like underappreciated layers.
Agreed.
In manga and in anime. We don't appreciate how like ridiculous, like, imagine like you watch something like The Boys, where there's a society of superheroes, and you see how messed up that. I haven't watched the series all the way through, so don't ruin anything for me.
I didn't even watch one episode, but I know the concept.
The concept is like, this is what people with superheroes have, and it's pretty messed up. It's like people are not, everybody's not as nice. Superheroes aren't as super nice.
With great power, you can do a lot with it.
Yeah, it's not even like great responsibility.
Exactly. You can do a lot.
Is like, how far can I go? You know what I'm saying? Like, people get a fast car, they don't even get a fast car and keep it under 60. Exactly. They get a fast car and they're like,
and they push it.
How far can I push this? What more can I put into the engine?
If somebody can't stop me, what stops me from becoming what's truth, or what is the law? You know what I mean? And that's true. When you got that type of power, you are You are the truth, you are the law, and that's how the Murim world works, you know? It's all about who has the power. If you had the power, you can create that sect. You can create that group. People are gonna follow you because they don't want to get their asses handed to them.
Is there,
you know what I mean?
There a like a folklore? They're gonna follow you, don't get their ass kicked. A folklore, like where the Murim, like where that originate? That's another thing too. Like, all right, so
where
like,
did that originate
from? Is the Tang family really
Real,
about this poison life? Like, I need to know if there's a bunch of Tangs out here poisoning people that I don't know about.
For real,
because I need to know. Because if I bump into a Tang, I need to know how to respect you.
Exactly.
And then I need to know if the Murim thing is like that concept. Is that applied from something else? Like, is there like martial tournaments or something like that where they have these different like martial arts that get together? Like, I'm curious about the Murim, how that, because again, you said it spans. Like we know, and it's not just manga and anime. Like there's different time zones of this application of this universe or this. Not application, but like this application of like this layer.
Yeah, of this idea.
Because I mean, even with the gamer, the one I showed you about, this like the society of the regular people, and then these people that are the gamer people who are all in this. It's not the Murim, they call it something else, but they all have these extra powers, these extra skills that they, they make.
Is it secret society as
well?
well?
They make barriers where basically it's like Bleach, where they make barriers where it's like a replica of the world they're in, but it's like a soul replica. So like anything damaged that's here,
different dimension kind of.
Yeah. It's a mirror dimension, but it's a different dimension. Some of these barriers are actually other dimensions. Like there's grass fields and like different beasts, and you get levels and points from it. But I digress. The main thing is like I am curious if that concept is a derivative of like an actual folklore story. Yeah. But you know what? We're gonna do our research.
Yeah, we're gonna do our research. I think at the end of the day, we just need to realize where did this Murim concept come from, so that we can just appreciate it more while we're reading
absolutely appreciate it more. And again, if you watch this and you know anything about the Tang family, first off, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all what y'all do for the Murim world. But I'm very curious about how this Tang family name became like. I mean, one time, cool. Two times, that's more than a coincidence. In manga terms, that's like full on Tang family.
There's something there. Yeah, there's something beneath there.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. I'm getting to the bottom of it. But thank you guys for watching, and catch the next one too. All right.
All right.